Hey everybody, thanks for listening to Truth Be Told. This week we're going to be talking about existentialism, man's search for meaning, all through the lens of the books of Isaiah and Romans, which seems really strange. But in Isaiah we get these really weird prophecies where God is on one hand benevolent and on another hand very harsh. He says, I will treat my people like a lion, protective over its prey. And you think, that's kind of weird. I mean, protection sounds good, but protection as your prey? I don't know if I like that so much. So it points to this difficult time that his people are about to go through. And in chapter 32, we get an answer or a harmonization of these two things. The reason that his people are going to be struck with so harsh a blow is, yes, for their disobedience, but also for a greater purpose of bringing the Gentiles in. However, we know from the New Testament that this did not really resonate well with them. We went through all this suffering, all this difficulty, these years of exile and torment, just so that these people could be brought in to be as good as us, as special as us. I don't like that very much. They were not valuing what God valued. They were not aligned with His will. And so when God told them the meaning of their suffering, it didn't sit well at all. In the same way, when we go through suffering, we can grasp about for a meaning, hoping that God is leading towards some greater good. However, if we're not first aligned with Him, and we don't learn to love the things that He loves, and trust that even the smallest meaning He could give to our suffering is worth it because He is a good God that's leading towards good things, we might hear the reason and be disappointed, frustrated, or even bitter. If God said, Micah, you went through this time of suffering to save a little mouse, I would be pretty angry. If He said you went through this time of suffering to save your entire family, okay, that has meaning to me. But we need to remember that God's meaning is greater than ours. A purpose He is driving towards is always going to be more important than anything I'm going through or any reason I could come up with for myself. So yes, we should be searching for meaning in our lives and in our suffering, in our pain, but we need to be doing it through the lens of what does God find important? What is God's purpose? What is His goal? What is He aiming towards? And how do I value that appropriately? If we're not doing this, then any answer He gives us might not feel like enough and will fall into the same trap that Israel and Judah did when the Gentiles got brought in on account of the Jews stumbling over Jesus Christ the rock.